Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at two different methods of movement that have to do with 3DMG. And the reason I didn't put them into the last tutorials video was because they're quite different from, other methods of 3DMG, as well as the fact that they're not actually part of the settings. So, there's no special button that you can change for these, and it doesn't actually say how to do these two methods. So you have to figure this out on your own, or you can just watch this video. So of these two methods, the first one is gonna be gas burst. Now gas burst was introduced quite recently, and basically when you're in the air, something that you can do is you can double tap one of the movement directions and you actually burst your gas in one direction or the other. So here, if I were to simply gas in the other direction, you can see I start slowing down slowly. But then if I were to gas burst in the other direction by double tapping in the movement direction, bam, suddenly I stop very suddenly. And of course, it doesn't just have to be in the opposite direction of my movement. If I'm moving one way too much, I can say, whoops, I don't want to go that way, and boom, I suddenly start moving in that direction. Similarly, if I'm way too close to a Titan, then rather than dodging out of its way, I can just gas burst. But of course, remember that you have to be in the air in order to do this properly. Another cool use of gas burst that I know is when you're hooked, you can use gas burst in order to just swing around that hook location a little bit faster. So as you can see there, I was going quite slowly, and once I gas burst, I started swinging much faster. So yeah, that's one way to use gas burst really nicely. Do be aware though that using gas burst actually eats up a lot of your gas, like a huge, insane amount. And I think you can only use maybe 10 or 20 per game. And that's, without using extra gas, just by swinging around and using your hooks. So if you do get into a lot of trouble from like being grabbed by Titans and stuff, then using gas burst isn't always the best option, just because you run out of gas a lot faster. The next thing that I quickly wanted to show you guys is reeling. Now reeling is actually really simple, but it's really effective and super duper useful. So in order to reel, there's three things that you really need to do. The first is you need to be hooked onto a surface. Now that's pretty easy to do. Either you're not hooked onto a surface like right now, or when my hooks haven't actually hit anything yet, or I am hooked onto something like this, like the floor beneath me. Or, like if I were to hook onto a Titan or something, all of that, as long as there is a black line that connects from me to a surface, I am hooked onto that surface. The second step is you need to be gassing in a circular motion. Now, what do I mean by that? Basically, gassing is you're holding shift, right? And there's these white bubbles coming out. What I mean by circular motion is basically, if I were to spin around in a circle like this is a circular motion effectively. Now, most of the time when you are using reeling, the circular motion will be much more obvious. Like if I were to circle around this building here, this is still circular motion. But like as soon as I'm kind of moving in an arc, in some kind of circular motion, I can basically start reeling. And after that, you're pretty much set to reel. The only other thing that you need to do is to scroll down in order to reel. Now, what do I mean by scroll down? Basically, what I mean is if you are on a web page and you need to like go down, then basically what you do is if you have a mouse, you roll down on the wheel, right? Basically, you do the same movement in order to reel in, and if you want to reel out, then you can also scroll up on your mouse wheel in order to reel out. Now, I can't actually reel out right now. But yeah, I can actually reel in, and it looks kind of like this. So I'm here in a circular motion. Sorry if this makes us dizzy, guys, but like it's got to be like this for me to really display what it's going to be. So I'm in a circular motion. I scroll in, and then as you can see, the ropes tighten, and that's basically reeling in. In order to make it a bit more obvious, if I were to hook onto this, I'm in a circular motion. I reel in, and then I get pulled towards wherever I've been hooked. So yeah, that's pretty much reeling in a nutshell. There are other things that you can do with reeling, but I'm going to go over those in more detail in tutorials number 4 probably. But yeah, basically for now, that's all you really need to know. Hook, gas, and then scroll down. And once you have that, that is how you reel. And of course, you can also use this to kill Titans, but I'm going to show that off in a later video. So for now, we're just going to ignore these big, fat, naked people. And yeah, that's pretty much the entire video, reeling and all that. reading and gas bursts are really quite simple. It's just for whatever reason, Feng hasn't put them as, you know, like a changeable option in the settings. And on top of that, there's an actual mention of it in the tutorial map. So like, it's hard to miss out completely on it. But then on the other hand, it's really, really awesome. And yeah, I'm sure you guys will find it really useful once we get to killing Titans. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, share with your friends and anyone else who you think will enjoy it. Comment, ask questions, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already for more tutorials content. And I will catch you guys next time with another video. Take care, guys.